Hello and welcome to this SumCMS Pro new blog entry video tutorial. Now for this video tutorial, we're not going to go over all the features of how to use this page because it's already been described in the new page video tutorial. So what we're going to do is just go over the differences between creating a new blog entry versus a new page, then jump right into the new page video tutorial. So just to start this off, you'll notice that on the very top here, we don't have a make this your home page checkbox because you cannot make a blog entry your home page. If you want to make a home page, then you have to create a new page, then make that your home page. So a blog entry is simply a blog entry, and that's it. The other difference is that blog entries allow you to attach categories to it. So in this case, when you have one category called web design, which you could go ahead and check or uncheck, um, and when you go ahead and select all the categories that you want to attach to this entry, you just simply save it up here. And the last difference is really the comments section on the bottom. On a new page, you won't see this because it's simply a page, but for a blog entry where you want people to actually respond to whatever you're blogging about, you'll actually see the comments listed below right here. And so you can actually go ahead and approve or unapprove um, any comments that you do not want, or delete them as well. And if you want to just completely block off any type of commenting towards a blog entry, you simply check this box here, do not allow comments for this entry, and that would remove that whole feature there. That's pretty much all the differences that we have between creating a new blog entry versus a new page. Now let's go ahead and jump into the new page video tutorial. So as you can see here, we're at the new page, and the first things you want to look at is that if you're going to make this the home page or not. By checking this box here, you're essentially going to make this the home page. Now by default, your site uses your blog page as your home page. So if you don't have any page here selected as your home page, then by default when you go to your website, you're going to see your blog page, and your blog page contains all the entries of your blog. So you basically want to go ahead and, if this is your first page, or if you don't have a home page yet, you want to go ahead and make one, and you check this box here. Now you want to go ahead and give this page a title here, and we'll call this my page. And then we're going to also paste some content. Okay, so we pasted some gibberish content just to kind of show as a filler. But basically this is how it would look. And if you're familiar with Microsoft Word, this editor works very similar to that. All these tools here are pretty self-explanatory, except for the first 6 icons here, which we're going to go over in a minute. So the first one I want to start with is the source. If you click source, you can actually see the HTML code behind this content, and that's really great because sometimes when you are working within the editor, there's certain things that just won't work the way you want it to, so you actually have to go into the source and actually make the modifications through there. Now if you don't know any HTML or basic CSS, we recommend learning at least a little bit. I mean, you could Google it, and there's tons of tutorials and videos out there that will teach you how to type very basic HTML code. It's really not too difficult, so we definitely recommend you learning something, and that will actually improve the way you produce the content for your website. Now, as mentioned before, SumCMS Pro has the Bootstrap library built into the platform. And the reason why this is great is because you have so much available to you. If you go to getbootstrap.com and you go through their links here under CSS, you have all these different capabilities that Bootstrap offers. And what's great about this site is that it has so many tutorials, how to use, how you can implement them in your HTML source. As you learn how to use the text editor within our platform, and you click on source view, you're able to actually insert these little snippets of code to actually go ahead and create the content that you want to create. So we really recommend you coming to this website and learning a little bit about Bootstrap and all the different capabilities it offers. So then you could take full advantage of the SumCMS platform. Okay, so the first icon that you see here, it says insert code block. Now you may notice this icon is very similar to code blocks icon here. And that's because that's what that is. If you want to go ahead and insert an icon, so I'm going to hit enter here and then select this and select a code block and hit test. We're going to select test, and as you can see, it inserted that snippet of code. Now, just because you see this snippet of code doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it. This is how the builder determines what to put here. This snippet of code will tell the builder, hey, you know what, let's insert code block number 2, and whatever you inserted in that code block that you created will actually be displayed here. And all of these icons up here work the exact same way. We have um, galleries here, service lists, staff groups, and feeds, which is your blog feeds that you create. The only difference is this one is add a code block. So instead of having to click on new code block, or actually save this first, go to new code block, create the code block, come back here, reload this page, instead of having to do all of that mess, you could just simply create a code block right here and then save it. And that's why you saw in this um, window here from editor, that's the one I actually created on this screen. So this pretty much goes over all the tools here. Now for photo or slider, if you haven't noticed, when you go to many websites, there's usually some sort of big header image or splash image on the very top of the page, and this is usually like maybe a website, like either a blog or some informational website. They usually have some big splash image on the very top. And so this is where you would go ahead and insert this image by selecting an image here from your media browser, and it will insert the URL here, and you could give it a caption, and that's it. And once you save it here, this is done. Now if you don't want to use a static image and you want to use a slider instead, and as you recall from our gallery video tutorial, galleries is how you make a slider. If you can gallery and convert it into a slider, then it should appear here when you check this. So now that we've checked the slider instead of a static image, we can actually select the gallery we want to use as a slider. And now we'll go ahead and update that, and that's pretty much it. So whenever you make any changes here or here, you just simply hit update and all the changes are saved. Keywords, you always want to have your keywords regardless if it's a page or a blog entry. Just go ahead and type what you want. If you typed in other things before, it'll pop up as a suggestion, and you can go ahead and select it or remove it however you want. So you can just go ahead and type in a little bit of keywords here that you feel are going to be related to this particular page. This will help in search engine optimization. And then also a small description here. Now if you're working on the fly and you feel like the first paragraph pretty much describes what this page is all about, you can actually use this auto generate description from content, hit update, and now you see it's filled in this content for you based on what you have here. But it's not recommended to just use as a normal practice. You really want to type in a good description here, and because sometimes what you have here may not actually work as a meta tag description. So that's just something you want to keep in mind. And also when you save a entry, if you have not published it, then it won't be live. So you have to publish it, or also you just won't be able to view the page itself. And now the fact that we made this the home page and we saved it, you can see that we have our whole web address here, but we don't have anything else beyond that because this is the home page now. If you're to remove this and hit update, now you can see there's more to this URL. And that's because now it's a regular page within the site. But we'll go ahead and make this back the home page and update it. And then now you just see the regular URL to the site. And again, if we don't publish it, you won't actually see it. So let's publish it. And there you go. So that pretty much covers the video tutorial for creating a new page.